Guys, welcome. Yassine here. We're looking at the SPY weekly chart, and my thought of the market so far is that we're gonna keep going lower. Most likely, we're gonna keep going lower. And why did I say that? Well, basically, if I put the 50 moving average line here and then the 21 moving average, so we started the SPY started acting weak, moving back to the daily chart. Well, we kind of violated this pivot point right here, so that was the first sign. So we're starting to close below it right in here, and then after that we follow and we close even below it. That should have been okay until this day, actually Friday. And this day here, actually I thought it was kind of like good sign, since we at that Thursday we kind of opened lower and then we pushed back. The bulls pushed back, but the bull pushed back up when it closed up, but it was not enough. Friday came in and then we the bears just took control. Another thing you want to always keep an eye on is when you look at the chart and analyze it, always look at different time frames. Looking at it on the weekly side, look how we've been and as you may know, this area of resistance, like we kept bumping that 50 moving average quite a few times, but now I thought it was going to be actually good on these 2 weeks, since we moved up and then we kind of consolidated for 2 weeks. But now closing below that 50 moving average and even closing below the low of that week, that signal to me that's gonna we're gonna keep going lower and meet next lower price. Where we're gonna be at, most likely probably gonna be visiting that red line, and you can see how did I came out with that red line. Switching the chart back to that to the daily, and if I take out, you can see, if I take out these moving averages, you can see it much clearer that the SPY actually that did choose that area instead of, I didn't choose that area, so but the SPY did choose that area. Look how we bounced on these areas a couple times, used as support and resistance in multiple different times, here and then here, and then we acted as a resistance and support again. So most likely probably we're gonna keep, this is what I'm thinking, most likely we're gonna keep heading even lower before we make another bounce. If the market is too weak, probably we're gonna keep slicing right even through it and test the next support. It could be in here. There's actually so many support and resistance area. You can look at them in different time frame, but most the general and the idea here is just we're gonna keep going most likely lower or sideways. If I want to think, and I always want to think on the opposite side, if we're gonna go head higher, so the SPY has to kind of like close above this area, especially right on that area, give or take, right in this area. So until then, everything, the trend is going lower. And then usually I like to look at the weekly chart. That gives me even better confirmation of where we're heading. And as I said before, we closed weekly below the low of that candle. So next target is going to be that 387 area. So mine, you may want to still keep looking for some stock that actually acting better than the SPY. One of them is TITN, and I do have actually a position on this. So I always like to compare stocks to the SPY. So if I compare these two stocks, you can look at how the SPY is acting weak. Seeing here the SPY up here on the upper screen, it's actually going lower, while this stock actually it's breaking out and it's holding above the 21 moving average. So these are kind of the stock that you want to keep doing homework on a daily basis. So when everything turns up green and those are the ones going to be leading. You want to keep an eye on them and put them on your watch list. Another one that I did actually purchase is GXN. And I bought this right when it's starting to break out right in here, and I took some profit right on the 20% area, and it's still acting so far so good. So it's starting to close, starting to act. For me, as a general stocks, and once if they're gonna be strong, they're gonna be holding that 21 moving average. If they're gonna be violating and then the 21 moving average, that's kind of like sign of weakness. It doesn't mean that the stock is gonna fall away down here, but at least if this, for example, if this is gonna be holding, this is gonna be a leader next time. So at least if it's starting to close one day on a 21 moving average and then going back up and then closing 21 moving average, so I'm seeing that as the stock wants to digest, especially a move like since the breakout, and we did move like over 20%. So if this stock's starting to digest, that's normal. There's nothing wrong with it. So I'm still holding the stock, giving it some more room since I took half of my position off, made like over 20% on the first half. So my play here for the stock is just to give it room and then starting to digest, and then if it's starting to break out again, I can add that first half and go from there. If the stock's starting to act weak and starting to come back lower here, I can probably exit, and then so I can break even on the second half. So those I do have like a simple rules. I don't like to complicate stuff. So GXN, I'm still holding. Actually, I did hold. Actually, I don't like to hold through earnings, but I did hold this through earnings. So when I bought it, I think I bought it right at the breakout, and this is like over 20%. So and I do have some losers as well. So instead, some of them are ALB. So what happened in this here? Actually, I think I got in. I don't remember exactly when I got in, but my first thing is stock gapped up. It's normal for the stock to digest, especially after a gap like that. It's 22%. But the moment you're starting to close below the 21, so for me, and then again second day, that's a big sign for me that the stock wants to digest. How long, I have no idea. So I would rather take my money out of here, this digestion mode, and then put it somewhere else. So that's my general. So these are kind of the stocks that I'm owning so far, plus some more. I think Sky is one of them. I'm still holding this. I have really a couple winners. The worst one of them is like, I think I'm down like 5%, but I'm not heavy. I don't have a full position on each stock since we're not really in a bull run yet. So this is my take on the stock. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you soon next time. Bye bye.